Call mom.
Wow.
Tell her to tune in.
Mom, the meatloaf. No.
Oh, mom, I'm watching Twitch on chess.
Oh my goodness. It's a 1 point match. And look at this position. Both sides with doubled C pawns. And this is a weird position, but I could see an exchange sack on D5 at some moment.
Yeah. And I could see black not wanting to take it and playing C6. But okay, the rooks come off the board. B6 is played. Some doubled pawns, only a mother could love for both players. Doubled C pawns. This is one that almost feels like a take a breath game for both players, Robert. Like, all right. Match has been set. The stage has been set. Magnus shows he's not going away. And this one is probably going to end peacefully.
Probably, but as I'm looking at
Although-
the clock,
Yeah, you're right.
like, is Magnus trying to lock up the position? And then he strikes with F4. I was about to say at the right moment strike, and then F5, and then things get a little bit complicated.
H5 becomes weak. He'll play knight G2 here probably. Just
Good
hold
call.
on. He does. But yeah, at some point,
Whoa.
F5 comes. Oh,
E5.
Perugia forces the issue.
But E5 and F5. Who's getting there
That was a
first?
huge mistake.
Oh my gosh. And
Whoa.
Magnus up 7 seconds, and his pass pawns are mobile, whereas his knight blocks the enemy pass pawn. This is just, the pawns are pushing up the board, and I think white is taking this game.
It's funny, the panic there by Perugia was something we haven't really seen today, but I think he looked at the clock, didn't want Magnus to grind him, Robert. Whoa, was that a mistake? How do you break
Knight
through
F-
if you're Magnus?
Knight f6 to
Knight
D7 and
F6.
just queen. He goes for
Yeah,
it.
knight F6, but 8, but there's H2.
But knight D7, and you get your queen with mate.
Aha. Aha.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be a tied match.
Yeah. And look at Perugia's like, all right. All right. Here we go. Tied match. Less than a minute to play. We're going to overtime, boys and girls. Buckle up. It's sudden death dodgeball.
But the players better remember that, because it's easy to forget it's win by 2, and so you may get really frustrated, may get very emotional, but this is not a do or die moment. It's not going to be good for either player to lose, but your tournament run is not over if you do in fact lose this game.
Yep. What a match of momentum this has been, Robert. Magnus up 4-1. Perugia wins 6 games in a row almost, right? Whoa. And now Magnus turning it around.
What is happening?
He might be about to win his, what is it? Well, this will be his 4th game in a row if he wins this?
Yeah, he was down by 3, and now it's even, so it would be the 4th win, and he is better with the black pieces. Look at his fluidity, and the pieces all doing something, but the bishop b3, that scares you, even if it doesn't actually threaten anything.
Nice use of fluidity.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, here we go. Momentum in this match is crazy. It's funny, right as I said that Perugia's been the one with most attacking chances, I feel like that turned around, and Magnus has been putting a little more pressure on White's king. You said he's been playing faster. That's the consistent thing that's changed. Now he's up again. Magnus Carlsen has turned this thing around, and now he's bobbing his head to music again. Perugia needs to find it.
And, oh, the rook's trapped too, so bishop g4 is coming.
Oh my gosh. All right. Time is out, but it's win by 2. Does Perugia know that? He's looking at the clock.
Yeah, he does. He's locked in.
He does. And this is it. If Magnus wins this, it's over.
Oh my goodness. It's overtime. It's free chess. Don't go anywhere. This is exciting stuff. And for Magnus Carlsen, he has won 4 games in a row, but right now he's sacrificed 2 pawns at the moment. He's playing a gambit line.
Playing a gambit line. He's going for it. He wants the kill. Perugia in a good spot, though. The king is out of the center, no longer in danger.
What is this? Knight f6 and d5? So, okay, but you said no longer in danger. The black king is worse than the white king, even though black's up a pawn. So I like Magnus' slight lead on the clock and the fact that he's no longer down material.
Yeah, and Perugia's shaking his head. But again, even if he draws this game, he's still in the match. So Perugia has got to gather himself, keep his focus. So this is a rook endgame, essentially, with queens. This should be a draw objectively if the best chess is played. Perugia needs to play fast and hold on.
Wow, what a spot there by Magnus, by the way. Because queen b8 check, you can play queen e5. Like, now, Magnus, you play for a win. You're up 10 seconds. You flag your opponent.
Yeah, Perugia has got to find a way to trick Magnus here, because Magnus is going to flag him to move on to the grand final against Nakamura. This is it. You got to change what's happening here.
This is scary territory for Alireza, but we need to keep account on the 50 move rule. At some point, Magnus might need to play the move F5, even if it's bad, just to try to win on time. Because right now, Alireza has perfect defense. Objectively, the position is equal.
Yep. And Perugia doing exactly what you would do in both classical and bullet to hold this game. A master class if he can hold on.
Yes.
13 seconds to make 50 moves, basically.
Okay, but now he's going to have to pump Rook F6, and if you're Magnus... Oh, that's great play from Perugia.
Wow. The defense. The defense from Perugia. Magnus loses his opportunity to flag him, and that might be something that comes back to haunt him if Perugia ultimately turns it around.
Yeah, earlier in this competition, the first day of action, Anish Giri lost a match to Jose Martinez. It went to overtime. Anish was up by 1, and he couldn't secure match victory, and then Jose was able to take over. So this game here, if Alireza can win it, all of a sudden we're back to a tied match. And I have to say, the way that Magnus just played in that last game, it looked really good. It looked promising, but then you get a bit deflated that you didn't convert.
Totally agree. The psychological edge has suddenly shifted back to Perugia here, even though he's down a game. I completely agree. If Perugia gets this one, and he does have an edge, we've seen this match swing wildly. If you're just tuning in, where have you been? Your mom has been calling, saying, "Go watch the chess match on Twitch. It's totally lit." And now you're here, and Perugia.
Why did the evaluation bar go so high there? That was surprising.
There's like a rook
C1
or
something.
The
queen was trapped after rook C1, rook A7. So
that's what I was just guessing, but yeah, the queen had no squares. That was nutty.
Okay, but that's helpful. This, again, the engine really helps us because you think it's a normal position, and suddenly, with one bad move, it's winning for a side. And what is happening here? H6 fell, but it's past d-pawn and open c-file. Who's better?
Yeah, I kind of like Magnus's chances here, although I will say this, Perugia has sped up. No longer the deficit on the time. Right as I say that, got to play fast. Magnus is in a position to flag and win the match. Uh-oh.
You know what this reminds me of? That candidates game between Ding and Hikaru. Like, complete chaos. One side attacking, one side with a passed pawn. And right now this pawn looks very scary. And if he gets his rook to the first rank, he can win this game. But the evaluation's still level, and Magnus up a couple seconds.
What? And now he's threatening rook E1? I'm freaking out. This could be the match. Could be the moment.
The b-pawn goes, but the bishop was hanging, so he had to go here. And now there's rook A7.
7 seconds to 4 seconds. Here comes F5. Oh, but the rook was coming to A1.
Yes, you got to give checks. This could be the match. And if you're Alireza, if you can get the rook off the board. Oh, he blundered it! We got the
no! He drew it, Magnus blew it! Oh my gosh! That was the match!
Oh my gosh, I was about to finish my sentence. And if he can get the rook, it clears the way to a draw. And Alireza, he is faster when they just have a couple seconds on the clock. And that is why he's still alive.
I feel like Magnus panicked there. Didn't he have time not to lose the rook? Or no,
Yeah.
Perugia had gotten the edge on the clock. My God.
Oh, my goodness.
Perugia...
What's Perugia doing? Why did you spend all that time there?
I was going to say, Perugia fighting for his life, but yeah, mismanaging the clock here, down by 10 whole seconds. That's like a piece in bullet, although that rook might be a trap piece if you're not careful.
But look at this. He gives up the exchange to win 2 pawns and have a rook on the 7th rank. Magnus, he sniffed this out from a while back.
Yeah, that was sneaky. The only thing I'll say is that rooks... Dude, if rooks get going, though, in bullet, that's the only thing I'll say.
Ugh. But look at
those
pawns.
passers.
Can you check and play G6?
Check, play G6, or just put the bishop on D3 and get it out of the way. Push him. Yeah, he does it. I like that. Push him, baby.
Yep.
But Perugia holding on.
But the lead on the clock for Magnus, I think that might even be the worst part of this. Not only are there 2 passed pawns supported by a bishop, and then the king... Whoa, he resigned?
10 seconds early, and Perugia leans back, and Magnus is celebrating. He knows he's going to take it.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Magnus moves on to the grand final, and he's dancing into a matchup against Hikaru Nakamura.